Well, God bless everybody. And I just want to come over here and tell you that it's been a while since I've been on here, and it's probably a long time before you see me on here again. But what we've been up to, my husband and I went down south to our son's Lester's place that we got, and our younger son has been staying there looking after the place. We finally sold the place, so we went down there to pack it all up, pack him up and put it in storage, and we've been looking at some real estate down there to buy for my youngest son a place to stay. And while down there the first day, I was in the kitchen and I was packing. I was sitting in a chair so I don't have to bend over, and I was reaching into the cupboards and I packed up some canned goods and everything, and then turning around where I could reach and packing up pots and pans, and then standing up and trying to get the kitchen undone. And then also he had a lot of dirty clothes and dirty blankets and stuff, so I was going in and I was washing clothes and drying them up too. He had quite a stack of dirty things, so here I was trying to get that done on the first day that we were there. Now on the second day, at the very morning, I went outside and I seen something, and I was going to bend over and pick it up, and I thought, when I bend over I'm going to lose my breath. And I didn't have my walker with me, so I thought, well, I'll just squat, and now I haven't tried to squat, like you just squat down. I used to, how easy it is to squat and to raise yourself back up. Mentally I can do that. But like I said, I hadn't tried to squat in a long, long time. And when I started to squat down, I got so far down almost in a squatting position and reaching down for the object, and guess what? My knees gave away on me. Or something happened, and I went, instead of going backwards, I went forward. And my knees hit on the ground, and my left knee, right even with the dirt, was a big flat rock. Just flat, but just, hard as a rock. And my knee went on it crashing. My other knee went on dirt. Well, I tell you what, something popped and snapped, and talk about pain. And I started yelling for my husband. And he was so busy elsewhere doing something, and my young son had taken off and went to get somebody else, and it was just my husband and I there. And I started yelling, and finally he heard me, about 10 minutes. And by that time I was hurting so bad and I was crying. And he said, my goodness, what? He says, what are you doing down here? What are you doing? And I told him. He said, so what in this world possessed you to do this? He got angry and mad at me. I said, just help me up. And I tell you what, it was very hard for him to reach down. And it seems like he likes to pull on me instead of lifting. I guess he does the very best he can. Other people can help me do things, and they seem to lift me up and do better, but he likes to pull. Now there is a difference. And he says he does it the best way he knows how, so okay. But he finally got me up, and I couldn't walk. My knee, the other one hurt. And that knee hurt me in the back of my knee cap, and it ran up the back of my leg into my buttock part. and then on the other side it ran up and it hit me on the inside of my groin, and oh God, it hurt. And it got to be where I couldn't even bend. You tried to bend my leg to sit or anything, and oh, the pain was so severe. So that was the end of my helping them. Don't you know it? They had enough on their hands and enough on it without having me. But I told them I'd try and take care of myself. But one thing I had to do when I went in to go to the toilet, and I'm telling you this now, I couldn't get up. My son came in, put one arm around me and I just hold on to him and he lifts me up. My husband comes in and said, put your arms around my neck, and then it's a lifting, pulling or whatever, but it's such a struggle. I don't know the technique or whatever. And the bed that I had to be on is really, really high, and I mean it's really high, his bed was. So I couldn't stand on this foot, on my left foot, and try and put my knee up, because when I did it was such pain that I couldn't, and you couldn't crawl in. So what I had to do, what I figured out, was that I just raised up on my right toes just as high as I could and threw my body face forward down on the bed. And when I did that, then they take both of my feet and legs at the same time and lift them up and turn around and lay me on the bed. That's the way I get on the bed. Now to get off, I could slide off, and to walk, oh God, it hurt. So I was laid up like that for the rest of the week. But lo and behold, the last couple of days, now that's lasted all last week, and I didn't know whether I'd be able to go last night to the show or not, but it still hurts, but I can bend my legs better, and it seems to be a little bit better today. But I don't guess that I'll try and squat no more. I don't guess I will try that again. And we were so far up in the mountains and there's no doctor around that I kept saying, well, if when I get home on Friday afternoon is a doctor's office, but then I was getting so much better and I was so tired and wanting my bed so bad that all I wanted to do on Friday afternoon was to get him to come home and get in my bed. And I lived on my hydrocodone pills I've got for my back and other things, and but it's so much better, and I'm not in pain. I can at least grin there for 3 days. Don't look at me, I was crying, and there's a few times I just wanted to scream and scream and scream. I would have if it would have helped me. Maybe it would have. But they would have put me in the loony bin if I'd started screaming. So, anyway, that's been my problem. And that was my last hurting deal. So, I hope that by tomorrow I'll be up going better. So, when we got home on Friday, Cree came over and Erin came by. And I asked her, because we was out of milk and stuff, so I asked her to run to the store and do an errand, and she did. So she got herself some milk, some chocolate milk and orange juice and stuff for going with me, and some eggs, naturally. Well, I was glad for her to do it because I wasn't able to. But anyway, that's my sad story of last week. But I'm getting better, and I didn't have to go to the doctor after all. I guess it was just a bad pull or spring. Or the Lord is taking care of it, is taking care of it in His own way. So I'm going to say goodbye. Love you all.